the Creating Wealth and Wellness podcast with your hosts, Amanda Kingsley and me, Tara Missildine. We are going to take you on a journey today, pardon me, one where freedom is cultivated through personal development, where women connect to fuel their futures, and where wealth is created as a byproduct of being well. And I bring to you Amanda Kingsley. Hi. All right, welcome back. We are officially at episode 36, since I doubt anybody noticed last time, but I totally misspoke, and it was episode 35, and I said 37. But here we are, officially at 36. Ooh,
we'll get there soon.
How fun that I remembered this one. So how do we want to open our show with our gratitudes today, Amanda? What are you grateful for?
I am grateful for magnetic therapy. I have this shoulder injury that pops up a few times a year, and I'll do chiropractic for it, but it's not as effective actually as using magnetics. So I just keep this magnetic, it's called a gem soul. It was through my last network marketing company, but I love them. I use them for everything. So I have one on my shoulder right now, and it allows me to go about my day and not be suffering in shoulder pain.
Very cool.
There's so many products, though, cool magnetic products that just really super effective.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am thankful for winning stuff. I have won a couple things recently, and one of them is a really sweet thing, and you can find it on my Instagram page, which is my All in Life. I'll also throw it up on my Facebook page, but I won this beautiful macrame natural wall hanging thing from Jen Adams, who has Twig and Briar Gifts, which you can also find her on Facebook. And she was doing a contest about naming this new design that she makes, and she ended up naming it the Aria. So I actually won. She gave away the picture. She gave me the one that was in the picture that was part of the contest. So I won it, and it's called the Aria, which I think is just so cute.
Oh, that's dreamy.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet. And wish me luck, everybody, because I'm on a streak of winning stuff, and I'm in a contest right now that I really, really, really want to win. I'll let you know if I do win it in a couple of weeks. That's my gratitude. My beautiful
We're all
Aria hanging
vibes.
Thank you. Yes. Woo! I love winning stuff. You're all allowed to win stuff too, as much as you want. I don't need to win them all.
Win your energy.
Yeah.
Plenty of things out there to win.
So and actually, that's a shockingly good unplanned segue to our topic today, which is resisting tools until you're ready to use them. And just to explain the segue.
Yeah, I need an explanation.
Yeah, the contest that I really, really want to win right now is a 30-day Instagram challenge. And I have resisted getting involved in Instagram for years. And now I'm rocking it because of this challenge. And I've created some really streamlined ways of interacting with it and totally loving it and getting really great results. And it's all because I activated a little bit of this fun competitive challenge thing that suits me very, very well. And now I'm going to be I'm on Instagram. It's official and I love it.
Oh, that link is going in the show notes.
Yeah. And I actually I'm crushing it. I think I have a very good chance. It is actually just total chance. It's going to be a random drawing of everybody that qualifies. So we'll see. But I've crushed the qualifications.
I've been noticing your Instagram and wondering, and hadn't yet asked you what got Tara on fire. I was she's consistent, she's creative, she's informative. What is going on here?
I'm on fire. So friend me on Instagram, everybody. I'm making friends.
I love that. I have never been in an Instagram challenge. How fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And there's a whole bunch of people that are doing it. It was actually headed up by my my personal brand photographer, Jackie Jacobs. So she's the one who put together this 30-day challenge for all of the people that are working with her and her brand clients. And then the giveaway is this really amazing bundle of a 4K GoPro bundle recorder with all of the accessories and Yeah, it would totally take a couple things to the next level if I won. So I really, really
That's really
want to win.
But you're right. That was a great segue because you definitely resist social media. Um,
Hmm.
and so that's pretty cool that this has made it fun for you and you're using the challenge to see how you can then use the Instagram as a tool to grow your
Definitely.
audience.
Definitely. And I mean, to be honest, part of what made me quote unquote ready to embrace this tool is having this relationship with Jackie as a photographer, because part
Right.
of her service is providing me with like dozens of perfectly sized, not edited, well, like edited in size, but like it basically tells my story visually. And I didn't have any of that before. So the idea of giving myself dozens or hundreds of photos to use on Instagram felt really intimidating. And now I have a giant folder that's like all labeled. So
Wow.
kind of amazing. Yeah,
Interesting.
totally.
Very cool.
Yeah, actually, you know what? She might be a great guest for a future episode because she's a pretty amazing personal branding expert and she's really starting to rock it. So
Cool. I love that.
yeah. All right, cool. So you're actually the one that stimulated this as an idea of a topic
Yeah,
because of a
something
tool that you've resisted.
Oh, I was like drawing a complete blank and remember. I just thought this is I just think it's so interesting how you resist and resist and resist something that someone says is amazing, right?
Mhm.
Someone's like, this is the most amazing thing that's ever going to happen to you. And you are just like, no, it's not. It's not going to happen for
I don't
me.
want amazing things.
And then all of a sudden you try. But the thing is, like, actually this tool that you're talking about is called Trello, and it's like a project management organizational business tool. I have used it, actually. I used it in my Alpha business, for contact, for like client management kind of,
Mhm.
and where people were at in their training and their interest in the business. And I did use it, but I just never loved it. And so Tara's been telling me forever that Trello is the most amazing thing in her life. Not really,
Only a little of a
she's
hyperbole.
tried to get me to use it so many times. I'm like, no, no, no. And we are collaborating on a project which she just it used to introduce me to Trello in a new way, and now I'm totally hooked. But I just had to be ready, like
Mhm.
sometimes you resist and resist the tools until you're ready. Yoga is another thing that I resisted and resisted and resisted, and then when I found Kundalini, like I was ready to receive it and use it in a different way. Exercise, another one.
Mhm.
um so I guess my lessons in all of this would be like, don't be hard on yourself when you resist a tool, but just be open to the fact that someday it might rock your world.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that way about Instagram. I was like, oh dear God, no,
Right.
it will never happen. And then all of a sudden, look at that, lo and behold,
Right.
it's
And
amazing. And I love it.
just remaining open to the fact that, like, someday that might work for me, but it doesn't
Yeah.
right now. And
So
then it's amazing.
what is that? Like, what is that transition that happens that makes you completely opposed or resistant to being open to trying it again? Because honestly, when I suggested that we threw that collab up on Trello, I figured I would get shut down again. And all of a sudden you were like, okay, yeah, put it up and we'll see. And then it works out great. So what is that? And
Well,
like, why did you try yoga again after resisting it for so long? And
I'm just going back to parenting and like thinking about food, right? So I know in my head as a parent that I have to introduce a food to my kids 7 times before they may or may not like it, and that they literally won't make a decision about it. That's you have to try tomatoes 7 times before you know if you like them. And so sometimes you never do, but sometimes you do, and then you become really interested in tomatoes. So I think there's a whole bunch of things at play. Like for kids and food, some of it's literally developmental and
Mhm.
taste buds. And the same goes for us. Like I have not been in a place in my business in which Trello made sense. You were not in a place in your business in which Instagram made sense. And so we just remain open to it being introduced to us over and over again, until it's right. I don't know that there's like, it's a lot of it is timing, and then a lot of it is just space, right? We've talked about making space in your life, and so if you've made,
That's a fantastic point.
if you are in the process of using 7 other tools and 3 of them are new, and someone introduces a new tool, you're like, no, I have no space to learn a new tool. But if you've got a good groove with all your tools and you're in the right, place, you have room, you have space to learn a new tool. It's just about timing, right? Like,
that is a fantastic point, because here I was, trying to figure out like, why on earth, like, it can't just be this contest. Like that is not it.
right.
That made me say like, okay, because there's lots of other times that I could have had a really good reason or like really good motivation to do it. But you're absolutely right, because if I look at the entire context of being open to even trying that challenge, because things have come in the past where I'm like, no, that's not even close to enough for me to try that.
Care about the challenge.
Yeah, but in the last year, I've like stepped back from so many different responsibilities and have so much more time. And then also my messaging and everything has become so focused that now it's not like, oh, I need to start Instagram for 4 different businesses. It's like, actually, no, I just need to start one Instagram that now is honed to everything that I'm doing. So yeah, I love that. And I really hadn't thought about sort of the larger context of, like of the timing in my life that made it seem like a good decision right now.
And yeah, it's such a good example of just stay open, keep trying, keep looking, don't shut anything out completely. And those are lessons we want to teach our kids, right?
Exactly. Well, that's something we sort of talk about and discover in every single episode. And that's the parallels of business and parenting and personal development. It's like, it is all so connected, and everything grows like, in that parallel way when we can keep these lessons in mind.
Yeah. And I think it's really, like I said this one time already, but I'm going to say it again. Like, I don't, there's no room to be hard on ourselves for not, like, if you're just not into Instagram at this point in your life, like, don't compare yourself to your 3 best friends who are rocking Instagram. Like, don't be hard on yourself. Just wait and just say to yourself, like, someday when I'm ready, it might click.
Yeah.
It might not. And that's totally okay. And I love that you threw out Trello again this time. You're like, she's so not gonna catch she's not taking the bait. And then
like, here we go again. I will work Trello by myself, this amazing collaborative tool.
Coming from network marketing, which is my main focus right now is life coaching, but I still am a network marketer. And coming from that perspective, I know even still, like, you and I drink this amazing coffee from Alpha, and I will throw up a link to that on my personal page, and someone will bite, someone who's seen it 30 times already, and they're like, oh, now I'm ready to try the coffee. And I'm like, yeah, you just gotta so it comes from both sides. Like,
yeah, and it's just because they literally went through the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts and had like the worst coffee ever, and they were like, oh God, this looks really good.
Right? You just don't know. So as a person, you want to both remain open to opportunities being ready for you, whether it's to try a coffee or to use Trello. And then you also, as a person, want to keep throwing things out there. Don't just assume because they didn't work last time, they're not going to work this time. And again, parenting, like, don't just assume because they didn't like tomatoes the first time they tried them, they might like them the second or third or fifth time. So yeah, interesting. I mean, there's probably psychologists who could be all over this, like, resisting thing, but
yeah, the psychology of resistance.
Those are my opinions about it.
All right, well, cool. I feel like this, this is a really simple thing with like a really profound message, and that is not to give up, to keep trying, keep having an open mind, and don't think you know everything. Sometimes you don't know until you give it another shot.
So true. Don't think you know it.
Don't be like you're 4 years old, because that's Aria's favorite thing now is like, she says something with such matter of fact and you're like, how do you know? Well, I know what I know and I know everything. I'm not sure when you're going to disprove that to yourself.
Right?
But you will someday. All right, cool. Well, I think that brings us to the end of our episode. So why don't we wrap up our episode with our asks, as always?
Asks. Oh, well, what are the tools that you, the listeners, can imagine your life without, right? Maybe someone has a tool out there that we either have not heard about or have been resisting, and maybe you'll throw it out at us and it'll be the time that changes our life. So what are the tools you can't imagine, like the apps on your phone or the calendars you hang on your wall or the meal planning system or the whatever it is in your life that you're like, this makes my life so much better?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm actually going to make my earlier ask official, and that is like, friend me on Instagram. Friend me. I love it there. And I want to know what all of you listeners are up to. So I am my all in life at my all in life.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
I'll link to that too.
See you next time, and on Trello in the meantime.